Hello everyone, today I'm doing a rib showdown. So I'm a huge fan of sous vide, I'm a huge fan of smoking meats, and a huge fan of combining the two of them. So today I'm gonna do a combination of those two methods and see what gets me the best result. I like my ribs a little meatier than what you would say is traditional barbecue texture. So for the sous vide, I'm doing 152 degrees. This first one is gonna get cold smoked for 3 hours and then throw in the sous vide, 152 degrees for 24 hours. This one is getting sous vide first, so it's going in the water bath at the same time, 152 degrees. But I'm gonna pull this one out after 22 hours and throw it on the Char Griller Akorn for 2 hours. This one is going in tomorrow just on Char Griller Akorn, so no sous vide, this one's smoke only. And for kind of the texture that I like and the tenderness that I like, I'm going for a higher temperature than normal, 275 to 300, and the rib should be ready anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and get my mustard and my rub on. All right, these are all rubbed up and ready to go. I generally don't like to pat my rub in. I find I just get it all over my hands and stuff. Once I put the mustard on, I like to sprinkle a thick layer of rub on and just let it sit and soak, and it really does adhere very well that way. So I'm going to let these soak a little bit, and I'm going to get the old kettle grill ready for the cold smoke for this one. I should mention what I'm trying to do is remove as many variables as possible. So they're all getting seasoned at the same time, even though they're getting cooked differently. This one's gonna go right in the bag in a few minutes once I get this one set up outside. This one's just I'm gonna wrap it up and let it sit in the fridge until tomorrow afternoon when I throw it on the acorn. The only other variable in terms of flavor is that this one's gonna be smoked with 100% hickory wood pellets. These two are gonna be smoked with charcoal and hickory chunks. I'm gonna light this up with my Bernzomatic TS8000 and let it burn like a candle for about 8 minutes or so. And I'm gonna lay it down and bring that first rack of ribs out. All right, I'm gonna get this one sealed up with the vacuum sealer. Anything with bones, particularly ribs, I like to double bag just to be safe, make sure it doesn't rupture during the cook. Alright, looks like it's ready to go. It's got a nice ember, plenty of smoke coming out. I'm just going to lay it on its side here. The meat on. Cover it up. I'm going to have the vents as far away from where the smoke is currently coming from as possible. I'm going to go ahead and leave them wide open. I want plenty of smoke on that. And as it comes, I'm going to rotate the ribs once, and then I'm going to change kind of where the vent is, so the smoke is coming over the whole rack the whole time. Right, it's been 3 hours, still smoking away. Time to pull her off, double bag it with the vacuum sealer, and throw it in the water bath. That's some mozzarella on the plate there. I thought I'd make a little snack for me and my son. He loves that smoked mozzarella. Used a Sharpie here in the inside bag. Alright, I got the 2 racks in my Igloo cooler sous vide vessel that cut out a hole that fits the Anova Bluetooth perfectly, and the insulation really helps hold the temperature over these long cooks. Alright, time to get the acorn kamado started. Got my hickory chunks in there. I'm gonna go ahead and light this up. Got 4 chunks of hickory in there. So I'm going to go ahead and let it burn for a little. Once I see the coals are good and lit, I'm going to throw my smoking stone on there, my grit on there, close it down, let it get up to temperature about 300 degrees. Then I'm gonna throw rack number 3 on there. I'm gonna cook it for about 2 hours and 45 minutes. And then I'm gonna wrap it in foil with some butter, some more rub, some apple cider vinegar for an hour, and then 15 minutes out of the foil again on the grill to finish it off. Now, somewhere along there, about 2 hours before this rack number 3 is done, I'm gonna pull out the rack that hasn't been smoked yet, that went straight into the water bath for it to join in the acorn kamado for about 2 hours. This is rack number 1, fresh out of the water bath. I patted it dry and brushed a little bit of avocado oil on both sides. And I'm going to put a little bit of a crust on it with the trusty Searzall. Let's see if they're done. A little burp, burp. Alright, so this one here is rack 2 that went right into the sous vide, and then 2 hours here. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're done. See them crack right down the middle there. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And this is rack number 3 here that didn't get the water bath and was just on the acorn the whole time, and that is done. See the nice cracks there, right? I'm gonna shut the grill down, let it smolder out, and I'll see you inside for the taste test. Here they are, the finished product, and they all look very different. This is rack 1, cold smoked and sous vide. This one, sous vide, then in the acorn kamado, and this one was just in the kamado. Let's cut them up and taste them. So I don't even know if I need a knife here, but look at that. You can see how juicy that is. This is rack 1, so cold smoke first and then sous vide. Definitely smoky. Got some bite to it, but once you take a bite, it comes clean off the bone. Very nice. Smoke definitely comes through. Let's see here. This is rack 2. Crust is definitely a little crustier, but you can see in there, still very juicy. Well, kind of what I expected. There's a much nicer crust on it than the one with the Searzall. Not nearly as smoky. Right, super tender, really delicious, really flavorful. Yeah, nice bite to it, comes clean off the bone. But you don't taste the smoke as much. Here, rack 3. This one didn't see a water bath. Right on the acorn kamado. Same thing. Super juicy and tender. A nice crust to it. So a little more fall off the bone than I usually like it, but see how it is. A nice barbecue. Gotta say, this one is my definite favorite. Hands down, this one's my favorite. So it's a toss-up between these two, right? This one's smokier, I like the flavor. this one better than this one, but the texture is much better on this one. So for what I might try for the next one, to get a little more of that smoky flavor, is I could try doing rack 2 again, doing the sous vide first for like 22, 24 hours, whatever, and then putting it in the acorn fresh, right? This went in a couple of hours after this one, so maybe the hickory was burnt out a little bit, or there wasn't as much of the wood chunks left to give it that smoke flavor. So what I might try next time, sous vide first, then smoke, but right when I start the smoker, and see if it develops a better smoke flavor. But of these three, acorn only, clear winner. Just finished a rib dinner feast with my mom and girlfriend. The consensus was all 3 racks were juicy, tender, and delicious. My mom ranked rack 2 as her favorite. I expected this as she likes milder flavors. The girlfriend couldn't choose a favorite between 2 and 3. 3 is still hands down my favorite. So my conclusion is, if you have a Kamado or other efficient smoker, go with that and adjust the amount of smoking wood to preferences. If you don't, cold smoke then sous vide is absolutely a great way to cook up a delicious rack of ribs. I love ribs and I love experimenting, so if there are any other combinations you'd like to see me compare, comment below and I'll try to give it a shot. Thanks for watching.